live. Hey everybody, welcome into the Flippin Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star, the Flippin Hippo. Today is Sunday, August 18th. Let's see who's in the chat. Nathan's here. Hi Nathan. Elizabeth is here. Green 50 Life. Monica. Hello, welcome in everybody. We're gonna wait a couple minutes for people to filter in. Because what I want to talk about tonight is kind of important. It's pretty much a hot topic right now amongst the reselling community. It's in all the groups and everybody's, has their concerns or their thoughts or their opinions about eBay's managed payments. I do want to preface tonight's show by saying Northwest Purple Sparkles is here. Yay! That's not what I want to preface the show with, but hi. The pros and cons I have, it's not too long of a list, so we'll just talk about those very briefly, and I'll answer any questions you guys have. And if I finish up early tonight with what I want to talk about, I'm going to get off early. It's been storming here since last night, which always affects my migraines. And I've been fighting off a really bad migraine all day. In fact, I actually was nauseated and throwing up because it was bad enough at one point. And I did have to get out of bed and meet someone at a storage unit because we're buying some of her inventory. Or we did buy some inventory. I bought like 25 pairs of shoes. Kind of excited about that. But it was really hot, and especially inside the storage unit. And now I just feel like wiped out. So the show has to go on. I'm here, but if I end early, if I finish what I want to talk about early, I'm going to go lay down. I want to start the week off good. We only had like 8 or 9 sales this weekend on eBay. I'm not kidding you. It's bad. So we really need to buckle down and get some listing done and get some work done around here. Or we're going to be poor. Hey Jamie, welcome in. Thanks for showing up. Happy Gingers are here. Jamie's going to get white girl drunk. That's funny. Hey Rita, welcome in. I'm glad you're here too. And Teresa, welcome in. I'm glad you guys are here. So the eBay managed payments, they're not like a new thing. They were actually like announced before even eBay opened last year in 2018. And I did attend last year, not now, not just recently, but last year in 2018. Keith and I did attend a pop-up. They had an eBay open pop-up like workshop discussion they had about the managed payments, and we were able to ask questions about it and get a lot of information about it there. And I did come home and I brought that to you guys in videos that I did about eBay Open and talked about that. It's been like a year since then, and they're still adding people in. It's not mandatory yet, so no one has to do it. Hey Linda, Parrot Head Picker, and Ann, welcome into the three of you. Thanks for joining me. But here's the thing. A bunch of emails just went out, and hi Michelle, and it's by invitation right now. Like, they'll send you an email, and if you want to join eBay Managed Payments, you can. The Wendy Closet, hey, thank you so much. I love that. I love to hear it. So right now, oh, Sydney's here. Hi, Sydney. I was just talking to her on Facebook about coffee. I'm really getting sidetracked tonight because I'm really super tired. No, we'll get through the show, Kim. I'll get through it. Sometimes I just feel like, and I don't know if any other chronic migraine sufferers feel this way, but sometimes when it's finally starting to ebb off and kind of go away, I feel exhausted. I feel like I've been fighting a battle all day, or I was run over by a truck, or working out at the gym. I just feel like, oh, I'm so exhausted because having that migraine all day like took my energy or something. Yes, Dunkin' Donuts has pumpkin coffee, y'all, already in the middle of August. I don't know how I feel about that. on the one hand, I'm so crazy about pumpkin stuff. I even have pumpkin chapstick. I love pumpkin, but I don't know how I feel about it when it's still hot outside because it's supposed to be like a fall thing. Anyway, I digress. So the eBay managed payments is still voluntary. If you get an email from them, they're inviting you. You can sign up if you'd like. You don't have to. I will tell you guys we're not going to. Yeah, my head and my whole body feels like I've been fighting a battle. So I'm going to tell you guys this right now. Keith and I are not going to be doing the eBay managed payments until we're forced. We're going to go down with the ship. We're going to go down screaming and yelling and dragging our nails. Dragging our nails to the whatever. Thanks for the super chat, Monica, $5. She says thanks for all the great content. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And your dancing hippo should show up momentarily for you. So you can, if you get the email, you're invited. You can join if you want. You don't have to. I actually made the notes for tonight's show on a piece of junk mail in the car on the way to that storage unit to buy the shoes. So that's what I'm waving around. I heard this in the car on a piece of junk mail. We're not going to do it until we're forced. I don't like them personally. And you're going to see that in just a minute when I go over the pros and cons. I have way more cons than I have pros. Something that'll probably work out eventually as we move forward. But Anne says she likes them. I don't think the search engine's giving preference for it. In fact, I think that, hey, Robert's here, the other plush royalty. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us. I always call him the other plush royalty because he does a lot of plush as well. Here's the thing. I think people are losing sales. And I'll tell you right now, I'm guilty. No, they are integrating PayPal. They are now integrating PayPal into their managed payments. But they weren't at first. And even I'm guilty. I went to buy something and it wanted my credit card. It was late at night. I was comfortable in bed on my phone watching TV. And I backed up. I backed out and I went and bought from someone else where I could just log in with my PayPal on my phone. Because it was like midnight and I was comfortable. I had my show on. I was in my jammies. I was in my bed. I was shopping on my phone. I didn't want to have to walk out. I keep my purse on the kitchen counter out here. I didn't want to have to walk all the way out here and get my credit card. It sounds so super duper lazy. But admittedly, I was feeling super duper lazy. And I feel like a lot of people are going to feel that way. Now, they are starting to integrate PayPal, which we'll talk about in just a second. Yeah, people want PayPal. Jody's here. Hey, welcome in, Jody. I'm trying not to miss anybody as you guys filter on in. I want to say hi to every single one of you that comes in because I absolutely appreciate you guys supporting the channel and watching my live shows. You guys are the best. Okay, so here's the thing. Yeah, Robert and I have talked about this before too in our Facebook group. He backs out too because you're so used to just wanting that one-click touch with your PayPal. You don't want to have to get up and get your credit card when you're shopping. I don't even have to do that on Amazon. Like, my credit card's saved on Amazon. So when I shop over there, I just go through and one click. Hey, Marty just subbed to the channel. Thank you so much for supporting us. You should see a Hungry Hippo pop up in a second, Marty, just for you. Okay, so anyway, the eBay managed payments was announced over a year ago. And people are still acting surprised. A bunch of emails must have went out this past week recently, because a bunch of people were freaking out and acting like the world was coming to an end. So you're not being forced. You don't have to do it yet if you don't want to. The emails that go out are just the people they're inviting in to use it now. And you don't have to if you don't want to. So it's like, it's not the end of the world, and everybody shouldn't be so surprised. It's nothing new. They've been talking about it for quite some time. Yeah, that's one of the biggest cons, Elizabeth. And actually, I don't even have it written down on this list. So And I don't have a pen near me. I have 1,000 pens and not one near me, and I hopefully will remember that. Okay, so I keep getting sidetracked. I'm sorry, guys. It's the headache. You don't have to, but no one should be surprised. And from what I understand, they are supposed to have everybody integrated into it by 2021. They did say at Open, Devin, the CEO, I'm not a big fan of his, but anyway, he was saying he would like for everyone to be in it by summer of 2020, by eBay Open next year, and the team that is working on the eBay managed payments kind of think that's an overzealous goal. I think it's going to be 2021 before they filter in the last of us that don't want to do it, when they force everyone over. But I feel like by 2021, maybe they'll have their act together a little bit better. And they'll definitely have PayPal and global shipping program and everything on the managed payment system that they don't have now. And this is kind of even if I wasn't a big fan of global shipping, I don't think I would want to jump onto the eBay managed payments in the beginning anyway, because it's kind of in beta. It's testing. They don't have everything ironed out. They don't have everything the way it's going to be eventually when it's all said and done. And I always feel like I want to wait for stuff to get out of beta and be fixed before I take part in it. A good analogy of that is you guys know how when they drop new consoles on the market, like a new PS or a new Xbox, people go out and buy them right away, and you always hear in that first month or that week or whatever they have glitches, and then a couple months down the road, if you buy yours, you don't have the glitches because they've worked them all out. That's the best analogy I can come up with. But I don't like to do things from the beginning when they're new and they're still not fixed or ready or 100%, Yeah, and with fourth quarter coming up, I wouldn't want to change anything either. They give you a $5 coupon. So the eBay managed payment system is the new system that eBay is using to collect payments from their buyers. They announced it last year. And it's because they, from what I understand, eBay owned PayPal or was in partnership with PayPal. That is no longer. So eBay's coming up with their own system for payment that's not going to be through PayPal. Buyers eventually will be able to use PayPal, Google Wallet, credit cards, debit cards. They'll have more options of ways they can pay. But then eBay will give the money to us instead of us having the payments go to PayPal like we're all used to now. When the buyers pay now, the money will go to eBay. We have to wait a day for it, and there'll be associated fees and things, which I'm about to get into. So let's talk about the cons first, and then we can end with the pros. We'll end on a positive note. So some of the cons of the eBay managed payments, there's no global shipping right now. So if you like the global shipping program and you don't want to do international shipping on your own, you probably don't want to opt in for managed payments. That is not something that is set up with that yet. So if you wanted to do international sales that they handle the shipping on, sorry, I bumped the table, you don't really want to do managed payments yet. And I know that there's a lot of people that say, oh, it's not that hard. You can just go to Pirate Ship. You can just do this. You could just do that. And that's great for you if that's what you want to do. I personally don't want the hassle. I mail my stuff. Sorry, guys. I mail my stuff to Kentucky, and then eBay takes care of it from there. And if something happens in the international shipping, they take care of it. It's not my problem anymore. Once it gets to Kentucky, I'm done. I just don't want to deal with international shipping. I don't care how easy it is. I don't care if ferries came in here and did it for me. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to be responsible for that. And that's how I feel. And if you feel differently, that's fine. But if you like global shipping, it is not included yet. Eventually it will be. This is something they will incorporate later on down the road. Currently, allegedly, they're adding PayPal in. But I know folks in the managed payment system who says that they still haven't seen PayPal added. So, the Wendy Closet, thank you so much for the super chat, $4.99. She says your content is so helpful. For me, I started really selling 3.5 months ago, seriously, and you've been so informative. Thank you. That's so nice. Thank you so much for saying that. That means a lot to me. I appreciate it. Thank you. Your dancing hippo should pop up. So the global shipping and the PayPal will be added in eventually. Anne says it is in, but I know people using managed payments who said that there was the dancing hippo. Their buyers are telling them that PayPal is not an option for them. But that's not unheard of. Yeah, Jody, exactly. That's not unheard of for eBay. Every time eBay comes out with something, they do that slow rollout where some people get it and some people don't, and people get added in slowly. You remember when they first did the offers to watchers, a bunch of people had that on the Seller Hub immediately available to them, and some of us waited months before we saw it because they were just slowly adding people in. So this adding PayPal in could be a slow rollout. Some people have it, some people don't. And I mean, that's not unheard of for eBay or any company to do that, like in waves, rolling waves of adding folks in. There's a lot of glitches right now from what I understand. That goes back to that it's still new. They're still working through it. It's considered beta. So there's going to be glitches. If you waited till 2021 to sign up with it, you're not going to see the glitches because they're all going to be gone. And it's going to have global shipping and it's going to have PayPal. The thing about the fees, I have the fees in the pros and the cons list. Now, the reason I have the fees for the managed payments and the cons list is because they're doing 25 cents an item plus a small percentage. PayPal does 30 cents plus 2.9%, I believe it is, per transaction. So one buyer bought 3 or 4 t-shirts from you, and you don't have the managed payments and they pay through PayPal, you're getting charged your 30 cents and then the percentage of the total sale for all the 4 t-shirts. If you're on eBay managed payments and they buy 4 t-shirts from you, you're paying $1 in fees. You're paying $0.25 per item, even if it's the same buyer buying all the items and paying. So that's a con. You have to wait for your payment, which really shouldn't be a big deal. If you're brand new to reselling and you rely on getting your money as quickly as possible to reinvest it into your business and get more inventory, that could be a big deal. A lot of people have the debit card through PayPal that allows you to just buy things with this debit card. The money comes right out of your PayPal. I know a lot of people that do that. And with the managed payments, you're not going to be able to do that. You're going to have to wait a day for payment. And you're not going to have that right away. Again, if you've been selling for a while, you probably have capital built up, and you can, we only cash out PayPal, and Poshmark and Macari and everything else like once a week. But when we were new, that wouldn't have been as feasible, because when you're new, you need to keep reinvesting your money and getting more inventory. So that's a con, that you have to wait for your money. Most people really don't care, but some people might. It doesn't integrate with GoDaddy. So if you're somebody that uses QuickBooks right now, this doesn't even apply to you. But if you use GoDaddy bookkeeping, the most wonderful part of GoDaddy bookkeeping is that it is synced to PayPal and it pulls over all of that for you. So 70% or more of your bookkeeping is like automated and it's already done for you. Robert says he only cashes out once a month. Yeah, I'm probably going to start doing that too. I just do it once a week because it's habitual. I have like one day, Monday evenings, I do accounting. So I cash everything out. I go over GoDaddy bookkeeping. I put in our receipts from the weekend from when we sourced. I put in our mileage and our gas and our bills and all of that. So it's just like habitual for me. That's the way I've always done it. I have one day where I cash everything out and catch up on the accounting. But I may be doing that once a month now. I don't know. When we're over on eBay managed payments, accounting is going to be that much harder. Speaking of, because you'll no longer be synced with GoDaddy, so you'll have to put in all your sales and everything, just like you do for Poshmark and everywhere else right now that doesn't use PayPal. It's going to increase your workload as far as accounting. Because like I said, like 70% of it's done for you when GoDaddy just sucks in your PayPal information. So that's a con. This is kind of like, doesn't really have anything to do with eBay managed payments, but I put it on the cons list because I feel like if you're coming out with a new way for buyers to pay, a new, entirely new system that people are going to use for their payments, you could add in instant payment. I'm just saying eBay. I'm just saying it's 2019. A lot of your stuff is still antiquated. Like on Poshmark or Mercari, if a buyer sends you an offer, they have to, at the time of sending the offer, they have to put in their payment information so that if you accept the offer, it's paid for immediately. And those are smaller, newer platforms that have that ability, and eBay still doesn't, and it's not anything they added. I would think that when they came out with managed payments and they're doing this whole brand new revamp, that they could have caught up to the times and integrated that somehow to where if a buyer bids on an auction or sends you an offer, they have to put in their payment information right there so that when or if they win that auction or you accept their offer, it's immediately paid for. Everyone else does it. Every other platform does it. Why can't eBay do it? Why can't you integrate that with your new system? eBay actually feels more like 1998, but I mean, a lot of their website and a lot of their stuff is very antiquated. It's like they're so behind the times, and I just don't understand why they're always doing things they don't need to do instead of fixing what's already broken. You know what I mean? So Anne says there's a special eBay group for people with managed payments. The number one complaint people talk about there is that glitches getting paid, and it could take up to 2 weeks. And if you're new, that's a big deal. If you're a veteran seller and you have money in the bank and you have capital, that's whatever. But I remember when Keith first started, when I still worked outside of the house, Keith started by selling his items from around the house that he didn't want anymore. And he took his first $20 to the Benz and he bought inventory and then he flipped it and took that money. It's important to have your money as quickly as possible in that beginning time if you want to grow, if you want to go anywhere. You have to have your money fast to reinvest it, to keep growing and making more listings and eventually more profit. So that would be an issue for a lot of people. I don't care. Like I said, we let it sit around PayPal forever. But I also don't like somebody else having control of our money, if that makes sense. Like, it's ours, so we should have control of it. Jody says eBay shipping needs a ton of work. The fact that you have to pay eBay at the end of every month is simply stupid. Yes. Everybody give Jody a round of applause. I like Poshmark's system so much better. They take the fees out of every transaction. So if Jody came to my Posh Closet and he bought a $20 t-shirt, my fees on that are going to be $4. So Poshmark gives me $16. And then if I had given him a shipping discount or whatever, they would keep that too. But every time a buyer pays you on Poshmark, Poshmark takes their fees out before they give you money. And with eBay's new managed payment system, it would be really easy for them to set up something like that, because right now the buyer pays with PayPal, the money goes to your PayPal, and then you have to pay eBay your fees at the end of the month. If eBay's managed payment system, they're managing your money, they're handling your payments, they're paying you, why can't they keep their fees instead of you getting a bill? I like promoted listings and stuff would come into play, but they could keep that too. So if you sold a, I'm gonna make math easy. If you sold a $10 t-shirt and you had 1% on it, that'd be like a penny, and then they're 10%. They could give you $8.99 and keep their dollar and a penny. They can absolutely do that. They just need to catch up to like today's technology. Yeah, Jody's saying the same exact thing as me. I didn't read that yet. Indiana took a best offer and the buyer. Oh, that burns me up too, because guess what? PayPal keeps that money. If they have paid you, I should rephrase that. If they have paid you, PayPal keeps. I think they keep the 30 cents, and you get the 2.9% back. They were talking about keeping it all, but too many people flew off the handle and they went back on that. But they might be keeping it again now. I'm not sure. And then if you took your item, if you have to relist it, if you're out of listings, you're paying for it. And even if you're not out of listings with your subscription, it's taking a free spot. You know what I'm saying? I've always thought when someone pays for something and then asks to cancel, that we should be able to refund them less any fees. Like, we should be able to keep back what PayPal kept from us and the amount to relist it. Restocking fees, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, Jody says that eBay should take their money out immediately. I totally agree with that. It would help with non-payers for sure. Monica got payments sent over. Deb and Mel are here. Hey ladies, welcome in. Good to see you too. Yeah, eBay does try to copy Amazon sometimes, but yes, Mercari does that as well. It's like every other platform in the world makes their buyers pay immediately and keeps their fees out before they pay you. And eBay's all like stuck in 1992. So Poshmark charges 20%, but if you add PayPal and eBay together, it's roughly, give or take, 15%. And then most of us run promoted listings on eBay to have a fair chance against everyone else running promoted listings. It comes really close to 20% anyway. And over on Poshmark, buyers pay the shipping, period. So you get what your item is worth, and they pay the shipping. Now, you could offer free shipping or a discount if you can afford that, if your item's priced high enough. But I think that because their buyers pay the shipping, the 20% really isn't that much more than eBay. It's just not. You're paying 15%, give or take a little, between eBay and PayPal, and then you have your promoted listings and stuff on top of that. So, I hope eBay is listening. I feel so bad for eBay sellers that focus only on eBay. I bought 5 electronics for under $60 each on Amazon. The same system sell for $400 plus. Wow. Sydney says, Manish has made great decisions with Poshmark from the very beginning with setting expectations for fees and shipping. This is why people are willing to pay more for stuff on Poshmark. I would absolutely agree with that. I absolutely love the way that platform is run as far as the fees and the payments and how it's all broken down for you. If you guys aren't familiar with Poshmark, when you send an offer to a liker over there, or they send you an offer, it has a window that pops up that says, if this offer goes through, this is what your fees are going to be, this is what you're going to make. It's so, like, it does all the math for you. It's great. Manish has done a lot of good with Posh. You have to do promoted to be competitive. Yeah. I mean, if you don't, everyone else is. You're just not doing yourself any favors. Nathan says, I think I'm in love with Posh. Oh, yes. And Sydney, that's a very good point. The returns. There's no returns on Poshmark. So that kind of, you add in the fact that they're paying shipping, unless you choose to give them a discount. And there's no returns, and everything is so nice and clear cut. Your money is right there. They've already taken the fees out for you. You can cash out as many times a day as you want to your bank. It's really, it's like 5% more, but with all the other stuff that you get with Poshmark and not having to deal with returns and those kinds of headaches. And I feel like we've had like three people on Poshmark attempt to return an item to us for fit or buyer's remorse, and they were clearly lying, and Posh sided with us in all three instances, so we've never had to take a return for the buyer's remorse the three times. Now, one time, our bad, we did send the wrong item. We had two pairs of shorts in the same brand and same size that were very similar to each other, and we sent the woman the wrong pair. So we, of course, we took that return, but Poshmark extended to us a one-time, we'll pay the return shipping to you because it's like the first time you've made a mistake. So even the one time we messed up and it was on us and we took the return, Poshmark paid that return shipping label to us as like a one-time, convenience or whatever. eBay would never do that. eBay forces you to take item not as described because it didn't fit somebody. They always side with the buyer, and Poshmark isn't like that. Anyway, this is turning into the pros of Poshmark versus the cons of eBay video, kind of a little bit. Jody says, I don't know, they're not making a modern website, less headaches. Yeah, all true. So there's one more downside. There's one more con I want to talk about real quick with the managed payments. So if you currently have a PayPal working capital loan, and I know a lot of folks who do, there's nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. If you're doing them for the right reasons. If you take out a PayPal working capital loan so you can take your family to Disney, you probably shouldn't do that. But if you get an opportunity to buy $5,000 worth of an item that's going to turn around and net you $20,000, but you don't have $5,000 sitting around in capital, that's when you would want to take out the working capital loan on PayPal. A lot of people utilize it as long as you're doing it for the right reasons. Like, don't take it out to pay your bills or go on vacations or to help you get through a rough patch, because that's just going to get you in more trouble, because when you start to pay it back, they take it out of each time you get a payment from a buyer. They take a percentage. But if you actually use it for the right reasons, if you use it to buy bulk amounts or, some really great inventory that you then put in your store that's selling consistently for you, and then you're paying back out of each of those sales, you'll be okay. And so, I know a lot of people who have them, who have had them in the past. We've done one before. It really helped us get started and in the beginning, and it helped us get a lot of inventory quickly. If you have one out currently, you can't be moved to managed payments anyway. So if you have one out currently, you have to wait for your loan to be paid off before you get moved over. But the con part of this is eBay managed payments, I think at first wasn't going to have anything similar to the PayPal working capital. Now they're talking about having something similar, but it's not going to be as nice. It's not going to be as good. First of all, the PayPal working capital loan doesn't need a credit check. They just look at how much money you made on PayPal, not necessarily eBay. They just look at what you've made on PayPal. So if you've got payments coming in from affiliate links, and if you sell guides or people pay you through PayPal for any other services or goods, PayPal looks at all the payments that you receive, and based on how much money you make through PayPal is what they'll offer you for a working capital loan. And they offer you several amounts, and you can pick how fast you want to pay it off and how much interest and everything. And that's how it works. Now, the eBay managed payments working capital, they're going to call it something different. It's going to do a credit check. I heard the interest is going to be a lot higher. You're going to have to pay a lot more back on that, and the percentages that you're going to have to pay back are going to be a lot higher. So it's not going to be as viable an option for folks who need working capital. It's just not going to be as viable. If you're new to the business and you have an opportunity land in your lap, or you can buy $5,000 worth of an item that you can sell for $20,000, but the interest is going to be too steep and the payback is going to be too steep, you might pass on it. And that's kind of, that's a big con. I think that's a con. Like on PayPal right now with the working capital, you wouldn't pass on it. You would do it. It's a no-brainer. You would build your business up. You would make more profits in the long run, and you'd be better off, and you would build up quicker. But it's not going to be as viable an option. It's just not, especially for people who are just starting out. The working capital PayPal loans are great for folks who are just starting out, who have opportunity to buy a whole big expensive amount of inventory at once. Poshmark is available on the desktop. I'm reading the chat in case y'all didn't know. It is available on the desktop. It's been available since like last May of 2018. The biggest push that finally got me to start on Poshmark was when they enabled you to list from the desktop and share from the desktop. Because I hate doing anything on my phone. I just hate it. I'm like a dinosaur. I want to work on my computer, you know? Yeah, so Nathan took a return. But, clearly if it's your fault, you're going to have to... It doesn't matter what platform you're on. If you make the mistake, you've got to take the return. And I have no problem with that. Keith and I, in case you guys didn't know, Keith and I are both human beings. And we sometimes make mistakes, and I have no problem owning up to them and fixing it for the buyer. It happens. Tris says, I need to open my new store for clothing accessories. I might need to keep my Poshmark. I don't have the time to like 30 people 3 times a day. It's not so much about liking as it is about sharing, to be honest with you. I have some items up for Poshmark home. I moved over some barware, like some real nice Pilsner beer glasses, and some of my collectible coffee mugs. Nothing's moved. I haven't sold anything. I've moved stuff over, cross-posted it, but nothing is sold. And I just kind of wonder if maybe it's because Poshmark buyers are hesitant to buy breakables on Poshmark. Because they're so used to just seeing clothing on there. Maybe they don't want to buy breakables because they're afraid that a clothing seller wouldn't know how to pack it right. Because they don't know that we also sell on eBay and we ship breakables every day. But, I don't know. Hi, Bill. Tell David hi, too. Vicky's here. Hey. David is here. David's here, too. Hey, David. Jody, says, hey, you, David. And then Vicky says, hi, Jody. I haven't tried Posh Home. I have a couple pillows in there too, and they don't fall in my theory of the breakables. I have a poop pillow. It's a poop emoji with like a little pink bow on her head. She's cute. And a Nightmare Before Christmas pillow. New with tags. I'm surprised it hasn't moved on eBay or Poshmark. I got it at a yard sale at the beginning of June, very into May. So it's been around for a couple months. It's surprising, but maybe it'll move closer to fourth quarter or something. Get a VA. I wouldn't trust someone else to log into my Poshmark, and that's why I won't hire a VA to share for me or to list for me. I don't want anybody having my login information to any of the platforms other than myself and Keith. That just makes me nervous. Too nervous. I couldn't do it. A VA is a virtual assistant, Monica. So it's like an assistant that you hire via the webs. And that's even what makes me more nervous, because You're just hiring them off of freelancing sites. You don't know who they are. I don't know. So yeah, if I send out offers on eBay, I just leave them on Posh. If the person accepts the offer and buys it, then I take it down. If they buy it on Poshmark and they have open offer on eBay, you can still end the item on eBay, and then that person just loses out because they didn't respond to the offer. List Perfectly is amazeballs. It is awesome sauce. I love List Perfectly. It has been a game changer. I'm gonna bust my butt with that wonderful new app. I'll have it pop up at the end of the show on the replay. I did a video on it if you haven't seen it. I pay my sister. See, now it's different. If it's your sister-in-law, the 30-minute method is really not recommended. But, you know, you do you, whatever works for you. Once upon a Posh, there was Nashikosh. He jumped in joy and hit the floor because he forgot he was in a hippo. Yeah, you can absolutely end an offer on eBay You can end an item if there's an open offer on it. It's not, like how at Poshmark, if there's an open offer on it, they don't let you end it. That's not so on eBay. You can just end it. And there's a trick on Poshmark, y'all. If you just change the size, if you edit the listing, change the size, then you can go back in and edit it again and end it if it has an offer on it. So there's a way to end it on Poshmark as well. There you go. That's my tip of the day. I'm still doing both eBay and Poshmark with the List Perfectly. I'm making one listing that's going on both. I'm really excited to really kick it up a notch and get ready for Q4. So the 30-minute method is kind of like a waste of time, to be honest with you. The way to be successful on Poshmark is to share your closet 3 times a day, 2 at a minimum, and to list new items every day, 5 to 10. And that's really all you have to do. You can share other people or have other people share you if you want to be like in a share group or something. But if you just share your own closet 3 times a day and make sure you're actively listing every day, you'll be more successful than if you waste your time on the 30-minute method, to be honest. So, yeah, exactly what Sydney says. By the way, I learned everything I know about Poshmark from Sydney, so you'll hear me say the same thing as her sometimes. But yeah, you just need to list and share. I notice when I share 3 times a day and I'm actively listing every day, my sales will hit the roof. I haven't been that good lately, but I haven't been doing a lot of work, period, lately. And everything's suffering because of it, so I have to get my butt in gear. But yeah, have her switch. And here's the thing. When I started sharing mine 3 times a day and listing 5 to 10 items a day, I did it for 30 days so I could gauge a real difference. You can't do something for like just a couple of days or a week to really gauge a difference. If you're going to do an experiment or try something new with one of your platforms, I typically tell people to always give it 30 days of consistent whatever that change is that you're making, and then compare it at the end. 30 days gives you a really realistic view of something, a really good test life, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And then let us know too. Come back and let us know how it went. I would like to know if your sales increase. Because that's the hope for all of us, right? I'm here to help you guys, and I like to know when stuff works. Yeah, changing size is the best little trick for Poshmark ever. So the 30-minute method is like a method that someone came up with at some point on Poshmark that allegedly you can do these things on this list that takes you about 30 minutes a day, and it would keep your Posh active and selling more. but you really can't just spend 30 minutes a day and just doing those things and expect sales. I bought into it too. I did the 30-minute method from May of 2018 all the way through July, when I got to meet Sydney at eBay Open, and she told me, no, don't do that anymore. And then my sales actually got better after I started listening to her. So, that's nice that you have a sister-in-law. Like, if I had a family member, I would trust them. Like, I just said I wouldn't trust anyone, but it'd be different. Like, because, like, I don't know, it's family, I guess, or a trusted friend. But yeah, there is long-term and there's right now. There's things you can do on any platform to quickly boost sales right now. And then there's things that you can do now that will build you up a stronger foundation for later. Absolutely. List Perfectly right now just works with Boxery, Poshmark, Etsy, and eBay. Bonanza automatically syncs itself to eBay, so you don't have to worry about Bonanza, because anything you list on eBay goes over there anyway. It syncs. But they do Boxery, Poshmark, Etsy, and eBay. If you haven't seen my video about it yet, I do recommend watching it. I went over the plans, the different paid subscriptions that List Perfectly offers on their website. I showed you a demonstration of how to use it. Probably my best video I've done in a while as far as bringing something to the community. So List Perfectly is a Google extension that you get on your Google, on your Chrome, and you use it to cross post and list. So you'd have to watch the video. I show you everything and talk about it. Robert says I don't trust my family. I don't even have family. I have 2 kids and Keith, and that's it. But all right, so you guys, let's talk about we did talk about the cons. I wanted to end positively. Let me recap the cons of the eBay managed payments, and then we'll talk about the pros real quick. So the cons again are no global shipping program. Not everyone has PayPal as a available payment system yet. The system still has glitches. I guess some folks are waiting weeks for their payments. It will be 25 cents an item, so on a multiple order from one buyer, you're going to be paying more in fees. You have to wait for your payment. It does not sync with GoDaddy. They still don't have a way to enforce instant payment from buyers. And eBay managed payments version of the working capital loan isn't going to be as great as PayPal's. So my pros are really small. I'm sorry, but I'm not a fan of it. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I did sit through a pop-up workshop at eBay Open, and I talked to a bunch of CEOs from eBay, and it's, maybe in 2021 when everything gets ironed out and it's all working smoothly and I finally get on board. Thank you so much for the $1.63 super chat, Nathan. I appreciate it. Your little dancing hippo will pop up in just a second for you. I'm just not that big of a fan of it. But that's because it's right now. A couple years from now, it could be the best thing since sliced bread once they work everything out. I like strangers better. That's funny, Vicky. That is so funny. Global shipping is very expensive, but I won't not use it. I don't want the hassle. I just don't. So here's the pros. Slightly less fees, but only on single item purchases. So if they buy one shirt from you, PayPal's 2.9% plus 30 cents. I don't know what eBay's managed payment percentage is. I'm sorry, off the top of my head, I don't know it. But it's less than 2.9%. It's a little bit less. And the straight up fee is 25 cents rather than 30 cents. So if they buy one thing from you, the pro of the managed payments is slightly less fees. But if they buy multiple items from you, you're getting, if they bought 8 shirts, you're paying $2 in fees, Where on PayPal, that counts as one transaction and you'd only pay the 30 cents. Don't feel bad, Vicky. I don't feel bad. Here's the thing. When buyers buy from you, whether it's through the global shipping program or from California to New York with calculated shipping, when they buy something from you, they can see the total price that they're going to pay. They see what the item costs and what the shipping costs, and the total amount of both together is something that they're okay with spending for that item. So you don't have to worry about it or ever feel bad. If they're willing to pay the total amount of the item plus the shipping, then that item is worth that much to them. An item is only worth what people will pay for it. And they see that all up front, and they know getting into it, and they have every opportunity to look for that item from a buyer who doesn't do global shipping and would ship to them directly through pirate shipper or other means. But they chose to buy it from you, and they were okay with it. 2.7%. Thank you, Monica, so much for that. Monica's doesn't use global shipping. But yeah, 2.7. So 2.7% plus a quarter. So if they buy one item, you're saving 5 cents plus 0.2%. But the minute somebody buys multiple items from you, you're paying more. So, but it is slightly less fees. That's one pro. The second pro is the buyers will have more options. So once they get everything ironed out, PayPal's on board. They have Google Wallet, they have PayPal, credit cards. I believe they can use the Apple, whatever. Someone help me out. I'm not that familiar with Apple products. We use all Microsoft in this house, but not Microsoft. You guys know what I'm trying to say. We have Android phones, and we don't like Apple products. But anyway, Apple has something that's similar to Google Wallet. I believe they can use that. They can use credit cards, debit cards. So for the buyers, they'll have more options. They don't have to use PayPal. They can use all these other means of payment. And the third pro, and this is the third and final pro that I have for it, when you cash out, the payment goes right to your bank. So you're not having to transfer it from PayPal to your bank, although it's basically the same thing, right? Because right now payments go right into Apple Pay. Yes, it's called Apple Pay. So it's just like Google Wallet, Apple Pay, whatever. So the payment to the bank, like right now the money goes to your PayPal and you have to cash it out to your bank anyway. And that's what you do with Poshmark and everybody. But for some people, just to get it from eBay, once they iron it out, I heard people are waiting sometimes weeks. But when it's all ironed out, if they have it to where you can cash out every day, like you do on Poshmark, you can have money going into your bank consistently every day once you get in that routine of transferring it every day. Especially if you're new, that's really important. I've said that a couple times in this video. But having the ability to get your money in your little hand to reinvest it and build your business is really super important in the beginning. Love global shipping, averaging 1 sale a week. Yeah, we sell 1 to 3 a week. It's typically plush. And it's typically either Disney or Hershey's branded plush, like peanut butter cups and Hershey bar plushies. Or it's something Disney. I think that a lot of people overseas love that iconic American stuff. That's typically what we sell through the global shipping program. And I can't imagine that it's that expensive, but I heard it is. But I mean, the stuff we're selling weighs less than a pound. It's a couple ounces, plushies. So 52 sales is a lot. If you're willing to pay, why not? Way to go. So if you guys have, I'm so sorry, my nose is like itching off my face. Change of seasons, I have allergies and migraines. I'm just a mess. I'm falling apart. It is fun to know that something that you had is going to somewhere to another country. It is cool. And I like to see like we get a lot of France buyers. Japan. A lot of people in Japan buy our Disney plush. I like to see where it goes and kind of like compare like who's buying what. Anyway, guys, sorry my nose itches. If you have any questions at all, now is your time to throw them in the chat. I'll try to get to as many as I can before I take off fully. Someone did mention I'm climbing my way towards 4,000 subs. When we hit 5,000, we will be doing a nice giveaway here on the channel during a live show. In the Facebook group, we're closing in on 1,000 members. When we hit 1,000 members, we will be doing a giveaway within the Facebook group. It will not be on Instagram. It will not be on YouTube. It will not be on any videos. So you'll have to be a member of the Facebook group to participate in the giveaway. We'll be giving away $20. I was going to do an eBay gift card, but I'm going to just like leave it up to the winner. If you want a $20 Amazon card, eBay card, or you just want $20 PayPal to you, we can do that. So join our Facebook group, because the faster we get to 1,000 members, the faster I get to do the $20 giveaway, and you will have to be a member to participate. The link to join is in the description box down below. Monica finally sold her jelly cat. $30. I have a jelly cat that I got at a yard sale, and I went to list it, and I didn't have pictures of the tags. I must have been like tired when I did the photos or something, because there were like 3 plush in that lot. I forgot either a photo by the measuring tape or a photo with the tags. So I did pull it out over the weekend. I'm going to re-photograph it tomorrow. Yeah, thank you so much if you use our affiliate links. We do appreciate that. Keith is my life and business partner, but we're not married. But his name is Keith. But yeah, thank you for using our affiliate links. We do appreciate that. The commission does add up. Candy corn party. Everybody's already drinking and eating all this fall stuff. So Green Thrifty Lives likes, yeah, the Facebook group is really nice. We have a lot of really nice people in there. Very helpful people, very nice people. Everyone gets along. Everyone has a good time in there. Elizabeth says you need to go lay down. I do. So join our Facebook group. Links down below. Hit the thumbs up before you guys leave. It does help with the channel. If you haven't already, you'd like to, please subscribe to our channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. Thank you so much to everyone who sent a super chat tonight. You guys, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much to everyone who uses our affiliate links in the box. And thank you to everyone who shows up and supports the channel just by being here and hanging out with me every Sunday for an hour. If you think of anything later that you forgot to ask, go ahead and tag me in the Facebook group or leave a comment down below. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're at Flippin' Hippos across all social media. Until next time, you guys, go be productive. Go make some money. Have a wonderful evening. I love you all. Bye.